So on the left is Latch. Latch is an amazing company. They're a smart lock company that has great mind share within the multifamily industry, within the office industry. So basically, they're not a smart lock company that's really selling stuff on Amazon. They're basically building ecosystems for offices to get locked, for multifamilies to get locked. They're basically enterprise company, and they went public at $1.5 billion. I think this is a strong company. Valuation today, 181 million. They're down 85%. Now, some of that is because they were overvalued, just like every other prop tech. I don't think they're worth 181 million. WeWork, and I know a lot of you immediately have this bad vibe on WeWork. Yes, they had a crappy CEO. He's gone. They overvalued their company. You don't have to deal with that. It was worth $47 billion before it went public. And when it went public, the value had already dropped to something more reasonable, 7.2 billion. Its value as of early today, half that, 3.6 billion. This is still a brand company. They still own astonishing real estate all across the United States. And remember, WeWork is benefiting from the remote work trend because instead of companies buying blockbuster downtown, corporate headquarters, they're basically letting their employees work out of the nearest WeWork location. So don't count this company out just because they've made mistakes in the past. One, 3 years ago, people thought they were worth 47 billion. Today, you can buy their stock for 3.6. I think that's a bargain. Matterport. Now, this company is one of my favorite picks. I mean, this is a true success story. They are a 3D mapping company, so they have apps on the App Store. They've got groundbreaking technology. They've got a very strong brand. Everyone knows who Matterport is that needs to use this product. And take a look at their valuation today. It's a billion. Original valuation, 4 billion. They're down 75%. Before this webinar started, I was, just kidding with Anna. I was saying, I feel like, when I was in Marrakesh, a couple of weeks ago, sorry, I went to this market and everything in the market looked like a bargain compared to what I'm used to. Everything in prop tech looks like a bargain. So these are three that you might want to research. Once again, I'm not an investment advisor, but take a look at these three. I picked them for a variety of reasons. I did research. Now, if these don't catch your fancy, here's a few others. Hopefully you've got your pen and you're writing, right? In my mind, even better than Matterport, which is on the top right, is Procore. Remember, I introduced you to Procore early in this webinar. They have an awesome construction management cloud-based software that I'm a client of for my projects. These guys are down 60% from their 52-week peak. I mean, this is a company with hundreds of millions of revenue each quarter. So I think that could be a terrific bargain. I think they're just getting dragged down with some of these deadbeat prop tech companies that were not worth it. And so their stock is also getting dragged down, but they're a successful company. Why should their stock drop 60%? So I think there's some value there in Procore, Procore. There's a few others that are more speculative. Some of you like 10x or 100x, 10 bangers or 100 bangers. Well, you might want to look at Compass and Open Door. So in the first slide, when I introduced PropTech and gave you the definition, I mentioned Compass, I mentioned Open Door. I think these are two very interesting companies. They've got great models, and they are, some of those companies that went public through SPACs, and then the values basically fallen to pennies on the dollar. So will they go out of business? Possibly. But I think that both of them have great brand value and could end up surviving. So you might want to spread a few pennies on Compass and Open Door. They're speculative, but you just never know. Bottom line, if you're interested, this is a great time to look at prop tech. Values went up, great companies were created, shitty companies were created. Now valuations are down to what I consider to be absolutely shocking levels. There is no way that Matterport should be worth $1 billion. This company is probably worth $10 billion, but the entire market is dragging it down. So take a look at this. Nothing that I sell, but I'm very excited about this. As you can imagine, I'm putting some of my money towards some of these companies, and I hope that you look at them as well for investment. But don't forget, of all primary markets, Whether it's stocks, bonds, prop tech, fintech, there's one market that hasn't dropped, and that's traditional real estate. So I hope that you'll also consider investing in traditional real estate.